Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome back. And if you're new today, thank you so much for clicking on today's video. So today I'm actually going to be using a lot of makeup from Lys. I absolutely love this brand. I picked up a few new items from their line, so I'm super excited to try those out. So a lot to cover again, you guys. So let's just get started. Like I said, I absolutely love this brand. When you see me use a full face of one brand, it's because I truly enjoy it. And I actually even have another video dedicated to LYS, and that's when you really know I love a brand. And you guys, I've just been slowly and gradually, adding to my collection. So I thought I would do another video on them. And I just think they're underrated. I think their products are amazing, especially for mature skin. They're clean, vegan, and cruelty free. And they're the first Black owned brand to be sold at Sephora. So that is super impressive. So again, I'm super excited to try the few products that I have picked up to add to my collection. And the first is this little palette here. And you guys, I just love their packaging too. It's super compact. It's great for travel. Yeah, it's just not super big, easy to store. And it's just very pretty. So this is the palette. I actually saw it over on Instagram, and I went on Sephora's website and their website, and I did not see this palette. The only place where I found it was actually on QVC. I totally forgot about QVC, and I just been over there a lot lately, and that can be dangerous. But this is what it looks like. It has a nice mirror, and when it closes, it has that magnetic closure, which is, I think, super nice. But this is the palette itself. It's super simple, but actually just very beautiful. I love these shades. There are 3 mattes and there's 3 shimmers, which I think is just the perfect little palette. So I'm super excited to try this. So I'm actually going to use a different primer today, you guys. I actually got it in one of my boxes, and I used it before on a video, and it is really good. The only thing is I think it's just more expensive than the one I get on Amazon, but you need, a very little, because this one I think is a little bit more pigmented than the one I get on Amazon. Look at that. I just used very little, so I'm going to switch to a brush and really blend this out. And today I think I'm going to use tape, and I get this cute little dispenser on Amazon, and everything I'll be using will be in the description box below. Okay, you guys, so let's just apply the tape, and how I like doing that is I just, line it up to my lower lash line and up towards my temple. I just find that's a pretty good placement for me. Just always evaluate before you go into using your eyeshadows, just to see, make sure that it is, pretty much even. Okay, so let's get into this palette. Again, I'm super excited about this. Yeah, you guys, I totally forgot about QVC, like I said, and Jen Phelps, I watch her a lot. I really enjoy her content. And she, shops off QVC a lot. So she reminded me. So I went over there, and you get some really good deals. And the nice thing is, most of the products you can buy like on an installment plan, which is, nice for your pocketbook. So I'm actually going to start with this shade here. I think it's just a very neutral shade. And there is a little bit of kickback, just so you know. And as you can see, there's a little dust, but that's not a deal breaker. Again, I've mentioned it many times in other videos. Sometimes it could be a very good thing because it will make it a nice and blendable product. Okay, so it's super pigmented. As you've seen, I didn't apply too much on my brush, and I tapped it off pretty good. But yeah, as you can see, it's a very nice and pigmented shade here. And I do love the shade. I think it works really well with my skin tone, and it's blending out super easy. I was a little nervous to try their eyeshadows because you just don't see or hear much about it. So that's why I was just super excited and intrigued to purchase this. So I'm super glad so far that I did, because that was very easy. So I'm just going to add a little bit more in my inner corner here. And yeah, very nice, you guys. So again, I'm just going to place a little bit on my brush. And a lot of times I just kind of tap the product on my lid and then go in and blend. And because I have a hooded eye, now I'm just going to look and evaluate to see if I have to bring that base shade a little higher, just so we can see it when I do open my eye. Okay, so far so good, you guys. I'm super happy with this palette. Okay, so now I am going to go into this deep shade here, and that is almost like a burgundy or a deep plum, very much like my shirt again. So I am just going to place a little bit on one of my BK Hot and Flashy brushes, and I'm actually just going to start with this outer corner, like towards the tape, just kind of stamp it and move it towards my lash line. And just to have like a little template here, and then I am just going to blend this in. Ooh, that is such a beautiful and again, pigmented shade. And it seems to really work with that first shade and blend really nice with that. And the great thing about LYS products is they're super affordable, especially for the quality and being at Sephora. You know, they are really reasonable. I mean, honestly, I think they're pretty close with a lot of the drugstore prices anymore because you really don't see super affordable prices anymore, even at the drugstore, especially like with L'Oreal or Revlon or things like that. Even Wet n Wild, I'm noticing some of their products becoming a little bit more pricey. So, yeah, these are very compatible, I think, with drugstore pricing. I just picked up a different brush, and this one is more like a natural hair brush and really smoothing out those edges. Okay, so now I'm going to go into this shade here. It's like a very light pink. So I'm just going to place that on a fluffy brush and just go right above that transition shade and just do a circular motion and really diffuse those edges. Okay, so far so good with this palette. Okay, let's go into the shimmers here, and I'm just going to swatch the three that are in here just to get a feeling for the shade and the formula. So that's what it looks like on the fingers. So, ooh, that is a very pretty, like almost copper, a gold shade. And then there is a very pretty pink. That is gorgeous. That is more like a true gold shade. So again, I gotta decide what I'm gonna use here. And I think what I'm gonna do, ooh, you guys, maybe I'll lay this one down first. And I'm going to place this all along the eyelid. And then what I think I'm going to do is go over it with this beautiful shade here. I absolutely love that. That was like that first shade right here, right here that I laid down. I just think it's just very pretty. And I'm actually just going to place that in my inner corner, but then drag it across. And it's going to just really change up that pink shade. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Ooh, love these. These are great shimmers. So now I'm just going to take this brush here and clean up the edge there. So that is what that looks like. That is super pretty. And now I'm just going to add a little bit of that deep plum shade on this outer corner and sweep it into the shimmer there. Oh, that is so pretty. And now I just want to do something a little different as well, just to see if it makes any difference. Let's use that really pretty gold shade. I'm going to place that on my pinky and just place that right at that inner corner, just slightly. Oh, I don't know if I would have added that gold again. I don't know if that really changed it too much, but nevertheless, you guys got the idea. And it's absolutely beautiful. Love this. So I'll just do the other eye and then we'll move on with the rest of the products. Okay, so far so good. And the products I don't have by them, it's because I don't think they make it. So I'm actually going to line my eyes with the CoverGirl Expeditionist. I really enjoy this eyeliner. I got hardly any transfer, if any, when I place it on my upper waterline, and it hardly transferred at all to my lower lash line, which is super impressive if you ask me. Nice and deep and dark, which, I love, but you can shear this out to where it's not super bold and black as well. That's why I do love a pencil lately. I just think, just more versatile and easy to work with. Okay, so I am going to use this cute little brush by Elf that I found, and it's called their Wing Eyeliner Brush. And I'm just going to sweep that into my tape here just to create a nice crisp edge. And that's what that looks like, you guys. So moment of truth. And let's see. Yeah, I just love using tape. I think it just makes everything so much easier. Okay, so let's move into the complexion. And for foundation, I'm going to be using their Triple Fix Serum Foundation. Now, this comes in 35 shades, which is super impressive. I don't even think it's $30. It has a nice frosted glass, and it does have a pump dispenser. Now, this does have a lot of nice skincare properties in it. It has hyaluronic acid in it. It has ashwagandha, I believe turmeric. I mean, you name it, it's in here. So I think that's why it works so well with mature skin. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is use like these little oil absorbing sheets here. I love doing this, even though I don't show it a lot on the channel. I will do it a lot when getting ready. This way it's just taking off any excess oils because my T-zone is actually very oily. So I just remove any skincare that really hasn't absorbed and any oils that are just sitting on top of my skin. So today it's actually pretty good. Usually this is pretty loaded. So I'm having a good skin day maybe. Okay, and then I am going to spray my face. Usually lately I've been using that D'Elba, but today I think I'm going to use my Hairspray, and this is from Timeless. It has Matrixyl 3000 and cucumber extract. So this is super nice. I use this for the longest time. This is just going to add any hydration my skin may be needing because in these winter months, my skin becomes super dehydrated, especially, with running the heat everywhere, including my car everywhere. Okay, and then for a primer, I think I'm going to use this. Now, they did have a primer, which I noticed, at the last second, and I just didn't purchase it because I have tons of primers, you guys. So I'm going to be using my Milani, and this is the Supercharged. It's a primer I truly enjoy. It smells like citrus, and it's just very soothing and hydrating. And it works really well with makeup. And my makeup does last pretty good when I use it. And for my pore filler, I'm going to use this. I'm going to keep trying this, you guys. It's actually pretty impressive. And when I went back, and started putting the prices on that last video, I can't believe it was $5.60. So that's much more cheaper than my Maybelline Master Blur Stick, which is now, $11 to $13. So this is a pore filler, and it's by Sephora. So I've been really loving this. And like I said in the last video, I like that I can really get into any crevices because it is smaller. So I've been really enjoying it. And as you guys will see here, hopefully you guys will be able to tell that it really does blur wrinkles as well as pores. Okay, the pore filler is nice and pressed in. Now let's get back into the foundation. And I got mine in the shade MN5. Now, this is way too deep for my skin tone right now. So what I'm going to have to do is add blue pigment. And I'm debating which one to use here. I love both of these. The one by LA Girl. The only difference really, I think, is number one, you get way more product than the e.l.f. And it's a pump dispenser, which can be a bad thing because it comes out, super quick. Where the e.l.f. one, you can be really detailed of where you want this to be placed. So I'm actually think I'm going to use the e.l.f. one today, and I'll show you how this works. So this does not alter your foundation whatsoever. It's just a pigment. If your foundation or concealer is too dark, this will really just neutralize any orange darkness that it may have, because this is super dark on me, you guys. So that's why I'm adding a lot of blue. Okay, and I'll show you how deep this is. But it's so beautiful, and I will use this definitely in the summer, so I don't want too light of a shade. I think it's easier to lighten a shade than darken it up. Okay, so that's the consistency, and as you can see how deep this is. So I'm just going to rub it in the back of my hand just a little bit and warm this up. And just place a little bit all over. Okay, let's see if I have too much blue pigment. Now, when you first start blending it out, you're probably going to panic because you're like, oh my gosh, she's turning blue. I promise it will all come together. And if I am too blue, you can always add more foundation. But as you can see, how beautiful this is. It's very skin-like. It's medium coverage. It's really not a full, coverage foundation, which I think is really nice for mature skin. A lot of times a full foundation isn't very flattering, at least on my skin. I like about a medium for sure. I've worn this foundation several times. That's why I am doing another video on it, because I am super secure in what I'm going to tell you about these products, except for the new ones. But yeah, I use it all the time. I just absolutely love it. I think it blends like a dream. And I will tell you guys that pore filler is super impressive. You guys should really, if you're, needing a new pore filler, go on their website. Because again, Sephora's website, I think they're still having that sale. And, it's $5.60. I think I'm going to go back myself and pick up a few more because it works really nice. Okay, so this is nice and blended in. I think this looks really pretty. As you can see, there's a nice radiance. It's very natural looking. You can still see some of my imperfections coming through. Again, I could build this up even more, but I choose not to. I like this coverage about right here, but I am going to bring it down my neck because I think I did forget to go there. And you guys, I am self-tanning, so I might be getting darker the longer I'm sitting here. As you guys know, I'm going to Florida next week, so I do want to have some kind of color before I go. Okay, so I am going to use also their concealer here. This is a beautiful concealer, and this is their triple fix as well. And this is a full coverage brightening concealer. Now, this also has ashwagandha in it, turmeric, squalene, has a watermelon extract. And I think this is only I want to say $20 maybe. And I will say, I think there's I don't know, a lot of shades available in this as well. And I got mine in the shade LP4. So I am going to, this is what the doe foot looks like here. It's just very tiny. And you do not need a lot because, like I said, it's very full coverage. I'm just going to place a little dot here just to really brighten that area up. And I'm going to blend it in with my BK Hot and Flashy. This is the concealer brush. It is excellent. It's like basically using your finger. I love this brush. And I'm just going to bring it. I start lower with my concealers and work my way up, except for my inner corner, because that's where I have a lot of discoloration. And then I like to take my finger and just really melt that product into my skin. So yeah, this is a beautiful concealer. I love using this. It's one of my most reach for. A lot of their products is one of my most reach for sure. Yeah, it just looks so nice under my eyes. I'm not getting that scaly looking. It's not accentuating any of my dryness, that's definitely under there. It just adds like that hydration. It's just a beautiful concealer. I mean, both of these products I absolutely love. Okay, and then for bronzer, I actually have both of their bronzers. I have their stick bronzer and their powder bronzer here. And again, all the packaging is like this. I absolutely love it. Even this, their cream one. So I'm going to go in with the cream first, of course, and I'm going to be using, I believe I got mine in the shade Harmony. And actually, it's a little bit too deep for me. I probably should have got the lighter shade, but it looks like this. I just love, I don't even know their products, the way they're shaped. So I'm just going to place a little bit directly on the skin instead of going with my brush again, because it's just a little bit too deep. This would be great for summer, but for right now, it is a little deep, but I make it work. Okay, and you're going to see how quickly this blends out. And how beautiful it is. It's just such a beautiful product. It doesn't accentuate any of my texture, which I absolutely love. Again, I just think all of their products is very smoothing, especially on mature skin. It's just one of my favorite, lines, you guys, or brands. I just absolutely love them. Again, I think they're super underrated. And all the products, I purchased myself. None of this was gifted. I just happened to try. I think the first thing I tried was this here, the foundation, and I was super impressed by it. And I just had to go and investigate and get more of their products. But again, as you can see, it's been sitting on my skin in certain areas for, a few minutes, and it's still very easy to blend out. So, that's what I do appreciate too. You don't have to work, extremely fast. You can go in several seconds later and it blends just beautifully. And what I love too, there's still that radiance that's shining through, just very healthy looking. But I am going to go over it with their powder bronzer, and I got mine in the shade light. So it looks like this. And what I'm going to do is just a very light dusting, just so you guys get an idea. I will swatch it though for you. And I just, ooh, you guys, I got the foundation on here, so I got to find a little spot. But that is what it looks like, a swatch. So again, just very blendable. I just find myself gravitating more towards cream products. I just think on mature skin, it's just more forgiving than a powder. As you can see, that it just warmed up my skin a little further. And I just use a light application because I do want that radiance to shine through or glow. Okay, and then I have quite a bit of blushes from them, you guys. If you guys remember, I think my original video with them, I started with this blush here, and I fell in love with this blush. So it looks like this is a cream blush here, and this is in the shade Self Love. I use this all the time. So at Christmas, they had a sale, and I got their 3-pack of blushes, and they look like this, and they were like $20, and they're still $20. So if you guys are interested, in any of these products, I don't have discount codes or anything, I'm just telling you. But yeah, these are the shades here, which these are absolutely beautiful as well. And this one looks super deep here. I think it's this one here, but it's actually a very pretty shade. Okay, believe it or not, I think I'm going to use both of these shades here. I think it's just going to go really well with the eye look. And this one is in the shade Empower, and this one is Unforgettable. So let me show you how beautiful these are. Again, look how deep that is. You would think with, lighter skin, this would not work, but you will see it's they're definitely buildable. You can make these as deep as you want and as sheer. So I just went in with very little product, and look how beautiful that is. So I am going to add more. And what I love about these is it does dry down to a powdery finish, which will make them more long lasting, if you ask me. So that's what that shade looks like. And you see how much product I actually used. And again, it's not super deep. So let's go in with Unforgettable. Again, it's this beautiful shade here. It's almost like a coral. And I think what I'm going to use here is just my finger, just so I don't mix the two on that brush here. So as you can see, it really is pretty bright. So what I'm going to do is just take my sponge, just kind of move that around a little bit. And look, look at that. What a neat little combo that just really brightened up the cheek here and just kind of goes softer, the further you go back. So I'm super happy I did that. I've been doing that a lot. I've been loving an ombre brush look or blush look. So these are just so beautiful. Okay, and to set the face, I do have their powder. I've already tried it. I've been loving this powder. And I just got mine in the shade Translucent. So it looks like this. And again, these are just very smoothing. So, and I actually even put this under my eyes. I'm just going to put it on my beauty blender and just press that into my skin. And let's take a look at these under eyes. There's zero creasing. Yeah, that is just such a wonderful concealer. And I really probably don't need to use a powder, but I do want to show you how nice and smoothing this is under the eye. So yeah, under the eye and in the T-zone, I do like using, um, a poof poof or this little beauty blender. I just really like, pushing that into my pores. And I use a little bit more product here because, again, for my oily T-zone. So that is what that looks like. As you can see, it's not super crepey under my eyes. It just, basically sets it. And for the rest of my face, I do like taking, just a brush and just going around and putting a nice light layer everywhere. And I will just put a little bit on my cheeks just to tone those down a little bit and to also set that blush. Okay, so let's go back into the palette here and finish off the eye look. So I'm just going to go into that nice plum deep shade and place this on the outer corner. And then I'm going to use the transition shade on a little fluffy brush and sweep that across the whole lash line. And then I'm going to use that really pretty, I don't even know, champagne or rose gold shimmer. And just place that in this inner corner here. And sweep it just slightly along that lower lash line. Ooh, that is so pretty. Okay, and for mascara, I'm going to use my Milani. And this is the highly rated tubing mascara. Yeah, this is such a great tubing mascara. If you've never tried one, definitely look into this one because it is almost an identical dupe to the Thrive one. Yeah, and they are just amazing. They last all day. They don't smear, they don't flake, they don't smudge. They are amazing. The only thing is they do come off really easy with water. So you definitely don't want to go swimming in a tubing mascara. Okay, so this is with two coats. Hopefully you guys can tell a difference. I feel like my lashes have way more volume and length. Okay, so to set my face, I'm going to use my Makeup Revolution. Absolutely love this stuff, and I'm not finding it in stores, you guys. I've been telling you, I'm getting very nervous. It's the Conceal and Define. I absolutely love this. I think this is a very close dupe to the Charlotte Tilbury. So that's my thoughts on it, you guys. But yeah, now I can't find it. And I am not shy with my setting sprays. And I just placed a little bit on my sponge here. And I'm just going to press this under the eyes and around the T-zone. This will really just set things even a little further and take away that powdery finish. It just kind of melt all those powders into your skin. Love setting sprays. Okay, now the other new product I got was 3 new lipsticks. So these are the shades here. These are super pretty shades. I'm super excited to swatch these. So yeah, what I got from QVC was the eyeshadow palette, and these came as a set of 3. Ooh, look at this packaging. I'm telling you, I absolutely love their packaging. This is almost like a faux leather, it feels like. And I mean, look at this. It looks very luxe. So this one here was the shade Optimistic. So this is what that looks like. So let's swatch this. Ooh, that is a very pretty shade. I absolutely love it. It's like a wine. Oh, this is going to be gorgeous. Okay, and the other shade is called Moody. I bet you my husband would think I should wear this more often. This is what this shade looks like. Ooh, this is a lot different than I thought it was going to be. So that is super pretty. That is like a nice chocolate brown, but it does have like I don't know, like a slight like burgundy undertone. So that might be an option for today. And then the last shade here is called Sincere. So these shades are coming off a lot different than, what it looks like here on the packaging. So these are just absolutely beautiful. And I will say that They're very creamy on the hand. So, oh, that is that shade here too. What am I going to do, you guys? I wish I could hear you through the phone. If I had a lip liner down here, which I didn't bring because I just wanted to see what these would look like, I would probably choose this one. So I don't have the lip liner, and I think this is going to be to pink. So I think I'm going to use the Moody. I absolutely love these. They're nice and small. I think they're going to be easy to work with. Oh, these are super creamy. Yeah, these just glide right on. Ooh, look at that. They're super pigmented. Okay, I'm super happy that I tried this lip color. I think it just tied into a look really nice. Okay, you guys, I loved everything that I used today, which is not surprising, but what did surprise me was this eyeshadow palette. I honestly didn't think or wasn't expecting to love it as much as I do, but I absolutely love the color story. You know, they blended beautifully. I guess I just thought, that they specialized more in complexion products, so I wasn't expecting a lot out of this palette, but it is absolutely beautiful. And again, great for storage and traveling. Oh, and the lipsticks, I'm super excited I picked these up. I love the shade. They applied super creamy. I just love how they feel. Very comfortable on the lips, and I'm super excited to try these other shades here as well. Okay, so that's the end of today's video. If you enjoyed, if you please hit that like button, I would truly appreciate it. It really does help my channel and this video get pushed out. Have a wonderful weekend. I can't wait to see you guys again. I love you so much, and until next time.